Far right takes the bronze at German elections. Germany's Angela Merkel has secured a fourth term as the leader of the country, but that victory has been overshadowed by far-right gains. Angela Merkel's conservative coalition won with 33% of all votes. The Social Democrats took 20%, while the far-right Alternative for Germany party surged to 13%. The result will likely see a governing coalition between conservatives and the fourth-place Free Democrats. The election saw the heavily anti-migrant AfD take third place in the vote. They want to close Europe's borders, install identity checks in Germany, and ban minarets. They believe Germany isn't compatible with Islam. The result also means there are now 6 parties in the Reichstag, Germany's parliament, for the first time in nearly 7 decades. Here's a look at other voting systems from around the world.
How U.S. presidential elections work. The American Constitution states that the U.S. president must be a natural-born American, be at least 35 years old, and have lived in the country for at least 14 years. Presidential hopefuls typically come from America's 2 biggest political parties, the Democrats and Republicans. There are also candidates from other parties or those who run as independents. However, the last victorious independent candidate was George Washington in 1792. The last time an independent made a significant impact was in 1992, when tycoon Ross Perot took 18.9% of the votes. Then Democratic candidate Bill Clinton was the ultimate winner, knocking out the incumbent Republican George Bush Sr. Parties usually choose their nominees based on who wins the most states in caucuses and primaries. In a caucus, a preferred nominee is decided through public debate and show of support, while at primaries, a preferred nominee is chosen through secret ballot. Each party's presidential nominee is officially announced in the summer at national conventions, where the winners also choose their vice presidential candidate. Next, everyone hits the campaign trail. Candidates will focus particularly on swing states, places with a history of voting for different parties and swinging results. Campaigning continues until Election Day, which is the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Unlike most democracies, the U.S. candidate with the most general votes does not necessarily become president. It is the candidate with the most votes from the Electoral College that wins. Each state has a number of electors equal to their congressional representation, i.e. 435 representatives and 100 senators, with 3 electors from the District of Columbia. To win, candidates need 270 of the 538 electors. That winner is then usually announced on election night and inaugurated in January as the next president of the United States. The 2017 British general election explained. The UK will hold a surprise election this June. British Prime Minister Theresa May led calls for one earlier this week, and lawmakers voted in favor of the ballot on Wednesday. But why was it unexpected? UK law stipulates that each elected government should hold power for a fixed 5-year term before another election can occur. The current Conservative administration was elected in May 2015, with the next public ballot scheduled for May 2020. For an early election to occur, 2/3 of the 650 UK lawmakers need to vote in favor of it. On Wednesday, 522 voted for it to go ahead. The unelected May took over from ex-PM David Cameron after the public voted for Brexit in a referendum last June. She hopes the election will give her a mandate and nullify post-Brexit vote divisions among the British electorate. But the move could cripple the already unpopular opposition Labour Party, led by Jeremy Corbyn. The parliament consists of 650 seats, of which Conservatives hold 330 and Labour holds 229. Other seats are held by smaller parties. And because of Labour's unpopularity, May and the Conservatives are expected to win even more seats. But hey, the bookies were wrong about Trump and Brexit, and there's every chance they could be wrong about this as well.
What the July 5th referendum means for the future of Greece. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras has called for a public referendum to take place on July 5th to decide whether the country should accept what Tsipras describes as strict and humiliating austerity. Greece won't be making a €1.6 billion payment to the International Monetary Fund on June 30th, but its creditors will likely grant an extension to allow for the July 5th vote. Greece would then have another €3.5 billion due to the European Central Bank on July 20th. A yes vote would provide €15.5 billion in austerity to Greece so that they might avoid default through November. The agreement includes requirements for Greece to raise taxes and cut pensions. A no vote to the conditions proposed by Greece's creditors could lead to Greece's exit from the Eurozone. The Greek drachma would then replace the euro. However, euros could temporarily be used for small cash transactions. A poll conducted by Elko for the Protothema paper found 57% of Greeks are in favor of accepting the austerity and 29% are against. A Kappa research poll for Tovima newspaper found 47% were in favor and 33% were against. President of the European Commission Jean-Claude Juncker said you should say yes regardless of what the question is. Answering a no vote, however, will mean that Greece is saying no to Europe.